I can't see anything, so whatever happens,
Cool.
this is all up to you.
just
Good
hold your
thing we don't have to move, and we're seated for this podcast.
But, watch out for random flying bullets that might be coming by.
Yeah, they don't let me in pools anymore.
Yeah. Ever since Jaws, he's had a real hard time getting a swim pass.
Yeah.
So
I walk up to the main office. I'm like, hey, can I go swimming? And they're like, no.
Steve, put your hands away.
yeah.
Sorry. Sorry, I'm still
If you're gonna do
transitioning.
something, fully commit.
Still transitioning to shark.
Keep the thumbs away from camera.
My pronouns are shark he, shark him.
My name is Shark or Shark Self. I'm a great white. You can't say that nowadays because the population's too woke.
What do you want me to say? Whites are great.
All right, we got our intro.
I'm always down for a little bit of risk. And this, what is this?
Risque.
What are these? They're not Mai Tais. Malibu.
These
you
are
had to look up
Malibu Bay Breeze.
like you didn't know what drink you made me.
Yeah,
What
I
was it?
forgot. Malibu Bay Breeze.
Bay Breeze.
Bay Breeze. That's a hard word to
Bay
say.
Breeze?
Yeah.
Bay Breeze?
That's fucking stupid.
Called a great white. You can't say that anymore.
Put your fingers away, Steve.
Sorry, it's hard to drink and also be a shark.
You're gonna need a bigger boat. I lied.
Touch the butt.
The Force will be with you, always. Why is the rum always gone? Go ahead. Make my day.
Welcome to every film in the book. Steve's a shark.
Welcome. This week on Every Summer in the EFB.
Shark.
We watched Jaws.
Whoa,
yeah.
whoa. We watched Jaws?
We watched Jaws.
What gave it away?
The title or the many sharks?
When you clicked on this video, did you expect the podcast to be hosted by a shark? I don't think so.
Yes, everyone meet Mr. Shark.
Hello, I am a shark. I've been a shark for about 2,000 to 3,000 years.
Because in 1975, that's how long they lived.
Yes, my family's been around since before the Clintons, and it'll be around after them too, because
Before America.
yeah. My family founded America.
Oh, yeah?
actually. Yeah, the Great Whites. God, I gotta stop saying that.
We gotta try to steer clear of the racial.
We're talking about a shark.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
by you questioning it, makes it seem like you're not talking about the shark.
Don't worry, I am a shark. But anyway, so we did Jaws, right? That was the
Yes.
movie?
Yeah.
We just watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jaws.
Yeah. Okay. No, I was just making sure.
So,
Sorry.
Mr. Shark, how do you feel about how you're portrayed in Jaws?
It's about time people were scared again. It's about time.
I'm here to bring the fear back to the beach.
I'm tired of these people dipping their toes in my home. All right, that's my living room that you're stepping on. All right,
It's a good point, Mr. Shark.
I don't like it.
Michael, how did you feel about Jaws?
I wanted all the sharks to die.
Wow.
Yep.
Mm.
There was
I
only
see.
one shark in this movie.
there was
Actually, there was two.
there was
At
at least two.
Yep.
Yeah, one of them was my cousin.
Brutally
Jeffrey.
murdered and put on display.
Yeah, Timmy the tiger shark.
Timmy the tiger shark.
Yeah, we hold a candlelit vigil for him every year.
Mm-hmm.
But in all seriousness.
Yes. I have to take my hands out of this.
Yeah, Steve might have to undress at some point because.
Yeah.
This was actually my first time watching Jaws.
All the classics.
I
Yeah.
know.
She missed out
I-
on a good bit. but it-
I was just telling Steve I missed out on a lot of older classics because my parents didn't watch movies. That's beside the point. Being a first-time viewer of this movie, about 50 years after it was created?
yeah. Not older than
Ooh.
Shark Steve, but older
Yes,
than
of
actual
course.
Steve. Yes.
It was a doozy. It was hard to watch. It's a little hard to watch. There were good points. I see why it was iconic at the time.
Yeah.
It was a hard story to get through.
Yeah, I think back then this was definitely like an out of left field kind of horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like an average everyday situation. Like, you know, you get all these horror movies of like people going to the killers instead of, you know, the killers coming to you kind of thing.
I would consider this more of like an action movie, I guess, than a horror film today.
Oh, yeah, by
Like,
today's standards.
Yeah, it doesn't even touch horror in
I don't-
my mind.
I don't even know if they build it as horror. I
Yeah.
don't think they build it as anything. I think they just something's in the water, you know,
Yeah.
and it's eating people.
Thriller, you know, I would put it in the thriller
Yeah, thriller's a good
category.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With like a 50-minute space of non-thrilling in the middle of the film.
Of kind of just comparing scars and falling in love on a boat.
But you gotta realize that Spielberg doing it. So it's gonna be, there's gonna be a story. There's gonna be enough data in the movie. It's gonna be explained well. You're gonna know why each character that's in it is there.
Well, speaking of things being explained well, Danielle had a good point through this entire movie that half the dialogue is shouted over other people also giving us dialogue.
Yeah, so my theory is that they didn't write like half of the words, more than half of the words that were spoken in this movie, and it was all just ad lib. So they like gave them a general idea of what they needed to convey, and then
Right.
they're like, all right, everybody talk.
Pretend you're from New York. Talk over each other.
Yeah,
Go.
like there is no way they wrote everybody's lines in scenes like that, but
For the 70s, though, I mean, if you're trying to convey chaos, which it was gripping this town,
Right.
and in a small town like that, everybody knows everybody, so they would have all piled in that room and been screaming over each other.
Yeah, actually,
but
that
we're
makes a
not
lot of
we're not
sense.
used. You're just not used to hearing it like that at all.
Right.
well, I was going to say it would be better in smaller bits, but it was more than the first half of the movie where there were actually like things being said that would have been nice to hear if they weren't being talked over, but
Yeah, because there's like, there's a few bits of like setup, but I mean, that kind of just like get glossed over, like them like trying to set up like blockades and like road stoppages and like stuff like that. But then you're just kind of like, yeah, but I just want to know about the shark.
yeah. Well, I will say that we are nitpicking this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Right
this
off the
we.
bat.
I don't know about this we are nitpicking.
Steve and I are
Yeah.
going in a little strong. Glossed right past the initial shark attack, which the shark attacks are the highlights of
Oh,
this
yeah.
movie.
In the,
100%.
in the Shark Attack movie, the Shark Attacks are the highlights of the Shark Attack movie.
No, and it's really cool that they were able to get like an animatronic shark, and they were able to get like actual footage of sharks for some of the like smaller scenes.
And I was surprised. I was surprised.
God.
This
I was
is a
surprised
threatening
that-
point.
Well, you look back, just the time it was. It wasn't like there wasn't any. I don't know. In '75, the gory movies weren't really being made. There wasn't, and they would have definitely been put in that like kind of like snuff film box. You're like,
Right.
oh, they like that. Oh, what a heathen.
Yeah, what was it?
But-
It was like the video nasties list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But for this, I was, watching it again. I haven't seen it for a while, but everyone remembers Jaws. But the encyclopedia showing like that old encyclopedia, and then it had graphic images of actual
Yeah.
shark attack victims and things like that. And I was like,
The thigh
That-
one.
and then you look at it, and it's PG.
Yeah, it's rated
and
PG.
we're like they definitely had to like. Some screenshots of this film definitely were like, we gotta tighten up the rating system
Yeah.
here. It's like there was 8-year-olds
Like-
going to watch this movie with their moms.
Yeah.
They did a good in the beginning where they had a fully nude girl swimming in the water. They did a good job of not showing the
Yeah.
nudity, even though you could tell she was naked.
They were way more careful with skin
Yeah.
than
Then
ripped
the
apart
chunks.
skin than the
So
chunks of skin.
I did think it was going to be a little more tame, and then they did show some of those things. I was like,
yeah,
oh,
like
oh,
a girl had her
okay.
leg up in the air, and it's just
Oh
a
my
chunk
God.
missing out
That
of her.
one.
Bite of her thigh out.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ, I need parental guidance.
And then what I did like, there's a couple not really jump scares. Like it wasn't really,
Yeah.
but like the guy's head coming out of the boat that scares him underwater.
That
and
made
then
me
just
laugh.
the leg
Yeah,
floating
falling
through,
down.
falling through frame, and then landing at the bottom of the ocean. Like stuff like that was pretty neat, which I don't think you see that a whole lot in films in 1975.
I remember my mom was telling me she went and saw this in theaters, and at that scene when the head pops out, she said the entire like theater just like screaming their fucking heads
This stuff
off.
wasn't happening.
And meanwhile, in 2024, I'm laughing hysterically because of the
because it's
face
funny.
Yeah, like after you watch Midsummer where they're cracking a dude open like a friggin' watermelon.
Yeah,
like
I
a
mean,
cantaloupe.
from 1975 till
Yeah.
almost 2025, we've come a long way in
Things
cinema.
Things have increased.
But it was fun to watch a movie where they were using the technology at the time, but not relying on it.
Yeah.
So of course, some of the skylines on the boat, and some of it you said was filmed in Spielberg's pool or whatever.
Like apparently they filmed this in like a obviously in the open ocean for some of it, but then in a lot of it was just in this huge water tank, like on the movie studio lot. And then for like some of the underwater stuff or like some of the smaller scenes,
Right, small frame.
Yeah, they filmed it in Spielberg's pool,
which is kind of cool.
That's
That
amazing.
they used all those different things instead of like paint the whole movie in afterwards.
Yeah, put them on a boat with a green screen.
Now they didn't have the option to do that
Right,
back
exactly.
then. It just
It was not
wasn't
an
good
option.
enough. But it was nice to see, like even little stuff like where he's cranking that pulley up. They're actually pulling the cage out of the water
Right.
with that cable. Everything nowadays is like he's turning the thing and the wires painted. Like
Right.
nothing physical about it. So
Yeah.
like the way the boat functioned, it was kind of neat because it was like, oh, he's actually driving that boat. Oh,
That's
he's
a real boat.
that's a real boat.
Yeah. No, and like this movie's just a freaking classic, man. Like it's the perfect like summertime movie because all it is just people trying to go to the beach and a shark is like, nah, bro,
It's not happening.
I'm really hungry.
Shutting this whole very specific, very small one beach.
Yeah, I'm starting to think he had a vendetta against that town.
Hey.
Like they served him a bad meal.
The first guy he got tasted funny, and he's like, now I'm just
It's like
angry.
It's a 1-star review on Yelp.
In 1975, he had to mail that letter in.
Can I give a gold star to an actress in this movie?
I would love it.
The widow, not the widow. The lady who lost her son.
Yeah.
Yes, the widow
Oh
Kenner.
my God.
As Danielle pointed out, the only monologue written in the movie.
Yeah.
Wow,
It
they
was-
actually wrote that down.
It was great. It's just like the way she just came in and slapped him across the face and then like
No, but
spewed her heart out.
In Brody's defense, she should have been slapping the mayor.
Yeah.
Because he's the last line of yes, you can, no, you can't.
Right, but
She had to take her anger
it's
out on someone.
it's a grieving woman. She just needed to be angry, and she cranked dude in the
Yeah.
face, and I'm here for it.
If she hit the mayor, he would have raised her property tax a little bit.
I don't know if he's got that much power, but
No, but speaking of like good monologues, that the one that Quint gives on the boat where he's talking about like the Indianapolis and all the
Oh, yeah.
soldiers going in the water. I've seen this movie so many times with my parents where like all they do is watch like the behind the scenes stuff. So they were saying with that scene, the actor could not remember his monologue until he actually got drunk. And then he was
Yeah.
able to get through
my
it.
I read
Yeah.
that.
That makes sense.
And well, you think there's some iconic scenes in cinema history with like Willem Dafoe's done that a couple times where
Right.
he's just in a hotel room getting trashed, and it's like the 8 minutes of the greatest cinema ever.
Right.
But like back then, it was more common too, because not that everything was less regulated, but it was more of a feel to make a
Right.
movie than we do this, then this, then this, and we're gonna cut this together.
Right.
There was a lot more
Yeah, like trial and error.
trial and
kind of
error
thing.
type
A lot
thing.
of coke going around too.
Yeah, exactly.
Helps.
A little bit of substances.
Oh, I have to shed my skin.
Oh, Mr. Shark.
Don't worry,
happened?
I'm only half digested.
Yeah.
It's
Little-
a slow digestive system.
Little did you guys know, I was actually in the shark the whole time.
The shark
it wasn't
ate
actually
you.
a shark.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Oh my god! But yeah, it's just ridiculous. Like he goes through that entire like impassioned monologue of like all of his friends are dying. He's like doesn't know when he's leaving. And
I
he had
couldn't-
to be like plastered for it.
I couldn't understand a word he said.
Well, yeah, he was plastered.
And we turned on the subtitles like halfway through this monologue
Right.
because I'm like, what is he saying? It sounds like.
Right. Well, it's an actual true story about a World War II ship that went down and most of the crew was eaten by sharks. And like the ones that survived were like, fuck that, I'm never going near the ocean
Right?
again.
That's why he said, I'll never wear a life jacket ever.
Right. Yeah, and even at the end, all he did was button up his shirt.
Yeah, he buttoned his shirt up and put his jacket back on because he thought, hey, this is it.
Yeah, he was ready to go down
And
with
he
the
was
ship.
right. He was right about himself.
Yeah.
He got eaten.
Yeah, spoiler
Very-
alert. Quint gets eaten.
Yeah, 50 years later.
Yeah, 50 years
Throwing
later.
your
if you-
spoiler alerts out.
If you
Gee
haven't
whiz.
seen this yet.
The movie about a shark eating people, the shark eats
Yeah.
the people in the movie.
Most
Some
of
of-
the people.
Yeah, one of the main characters gets eaten. It's pretty shocking.
Mm.
But my mom always wondered if the movie was edited or not, and the way she would always tell is if Quint spits up blood at the end there when the shark bites down, because they always cut out that one part. But they show everything else.
That's where they drew
but
the line.
that's where they draw the line, is him
Not
spitting up the blood.
actual photos of shark attacks.
No,
or-
those they'll show.
Or like
I did
the
like the-
shark actually chomping on his abdomen.
Yeah.
That's
was-
not too
That was
much.
They
pretty
were
cool.
fine.
That was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like the first victim's hand with all the crabs
Yeah.
sticking out of the sand. And we were trying to come up with ways that the shark got her like onto the dunes. It wasn't like she washed up on shore. She was a part of the dune.
Yeah.
So, Steve said she probably didn't taste good and slung her.
Just
And I was
grabbed her by
saying
the leg.
maybe they came up with a shark-powered slingshot for bad humans.
When you get to hell, let them know that Sharky sent you.
Right.
Just launch them back to the shore.
Hey, I think our shark needs a one-liner because we got some other good one-liners as
Oh my
well.
God.
I can't remember a single one, but they were great.
Well, the most,
They're basic.
I don't know, like what would, it, we're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Then-
the end-all be-all line. And then
Luke, I am your father. And there's only a couple of those that
Yeah.
everybody, whether they've seen the movie or not, knows
Right.
those lines.
What
and that's
about-
one of them.
What about where are you going? So swimming.
Swimming. Stupid.
that should be in every quote book ever.
Swimming.
And then what's the fat guy with the what kind of shark is it? It's a tiger shark.
Oh, what?
And then literally
It's
in
not
the
the voice matching the
No,
person at
'cause
all.
literally in the next scene when he's yelling at Hooper,
Hey,
he's
what's
got
going
that
on?
thick New York accent. He's like, "Oh, you put your head in
you
that.
doing?"
Tell me it's not a man-eater."
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Because I'm gonna stuff your head in there. You tell me that's not a man eater. It's like what? What is going on?
Oh my god.
That was a big shark,
Yeah, big shark,
Yeah.
big tiger shark.
and I did when they finally did a half-assed autopsy on my dog.
Yeah,
They're pulling out a whole fish.
Yeah.
Like a fish head, a whole fish, another fish,
a tin
can, and then a license plate. I knew it came up the Gulf Stream, and it throws a Louisiana. It's like that's the only way he could have known that.
Yeah,
I knew it. I could tell by the look in his eye.
And there's only Louisiana plates in Louisiana.
I knew this shark had a southern draw.
'Cause he got it from a river. It's like I don't think they knew they were in rivers in 1975.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you can tell that there's like a lack of scientific knowledge, just generally.
From the
Um,
well, I will say the only time where it was believable was when the super smart shark guy was doing the autopsy and looking
Yeah.
at the girl's body, and then
Yeah.
was using like the proper names, like
Some of those
gigantus,
names,
humongous, or whatever. You know,
some
that
of them
kind of.
sound made up, though.
All of the scientific names for animals sound made up.
Yeah, right.
That's
The
true.
Carcharodon carcarius.
Yes,
That's the greatest name ever.
it's the biggest shark. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, bud.
I'm gonna put that on my driver's license.
You're just flipping a coin for different consonants in this.
Steve, biggest shark San Martino.
Yeah.
biggest shark.
Steve Carcharion Carcharodus Sammartino. Let's get it. Oh my god. But
Great
yeah,
movie.
I'm gonna
great
feed
movie.
you an air tank and shoot it.
you know what? I would love that. You know what? Just to end this, I'll blow up. All right. I'll blow up.
Let's Steve
I'll take one for the team. Blow me up.
Right?
fill Steve with a pressurized air tank and
Oh, trust me. After a few Taco Bell meals, I'm filled with pressurized air.
shoot him in the stomach.
You know, you eat too many of them license plates. You get acid reflux. Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, Jaws. It's great.
It's great. There's a little bit of shark violence that I did not appreciate.
Yeah, we got the activist over here. They're hurting the shark.
They were stabbing him in the face. That can't feel good.
If
He
it
was
makes
trying
you
to
feel
eat
better,
them.
it was a mechanical shark.
They drove to his living room and started stabbing him.
But it
What?
was-
He's
Technically,
defending
the
himself.
shark is covered under the stand your ground laws. Just
That's-
saying.
International waters. Okay.
Yeah, he's technically
He's
not wanted for
200 miles
crimes.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not wanted for crimes.
No, the town needed the summer money. That trumps all decisions, humanity,
The town
animals.
needed a scapegoat because the mayor was embezzling money from the township.
That shark is probably older than everybody in that goddamn town. Okay.
Well, the shark can't read and make firearms, so that's his loss. Better technology beats lower technology.
Well, right into the show if you think the shark was treated too mean in Jaws.
Yeah, the animatronic shark that they poked in the nose.
All the $0 we're making from this video will go towards the Shark
We'll go to
Foundation.
to the Shark Fund.
Even if-
money for sharks.
Even if this made a lot of money, we're giving 0 of it to sharks.
we just get on a boat and start putting dollars in the ocean. It's like, all right, fish, this is for the sharks.
We're actually looking for the descendant of the one they made the movie about. See here? Do you have any cousins?
Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, what else is there else? Oh my god.
What else
What
is
else
there
is
to
there
say?
else to say? But Jaws is great.
Jaws.
Check it out if you haven't. I'm sure you all have. But we'll
Like he says for every movie.
Yeah.
Check it out if you
well,
want.
for Jaws. I mean, it's Jaws.
Everyone's seen Jaws. It's a summer classic.
I think, yeah, the prompt would be go watch it again.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
for the summer.
It's
Before-
almost July.
Before you go to the beach,
yeah.
watch
Yeah.
Jaws.
To be reminded that maybe you shouldn't swim out that far.
There's a reason we should be scared of the ocean.
Mother Nature will have us fear her again.
Well, we better jump this ship before it sinks.
Oh, no.
Oh, we're jumping the shark. Oh. Anyway.
It was okay, then you ruined it. Ah.
All
right,
right.
bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
You're gonna need a bigger boat. I lied.
He touched the butt.
The Force will be with you. Always. Why is the rum always gone? Go ahead. Make my day.